Well, Julie Lythcott-Haims is a best-selling author and speaker who is known for many of her books, one of her books being How to Raise an Adult.
And now she's sharing her story of being a biracial person and Black in what she calls predominantly white spaces with her new book, Real American, a memoir.
Yeah, as part of Black History Month, Julie Lythcott-Haims is holding a live discussion with Glenbard Schools tomorrow, and she is joining us. There you see her, live from California. Hello to you.
Hello, Ben and Lourdes. Always great to be in Chicagoland. Thanks for having me.
We are happy to have you. You know, this is such an interesting discussion, and we talk a lot about this in the Latino community as well. When you are the only or the first Latino in a predominantly white space, it does come with a great deal of emotional pressure and stress. And you kind of address that in this book as well.
Lourdes, I thought you might be able to relate to my narrative, given who you are. Yeah, so I grew up this light-skinned Black kid. I am biracial. My mother is white. My father is Black. We moved around the country, and my parents chose to live in predominantly white communities, including 2 hours north of you in Middleton, Wisconsin. And what I learned across the years of my childhood was, didn't matter how hard I worked, didn't matter how smart I was, there were teachers, there were parents, there were friends who would only see me, who when they saw me only saw my skin color. They only saw me through the stereotypes that they had about Black people. And even though I was this successful, smart kid who went on to do various things in life that we would call success, I was a lawyer, I was a college dean, I had within me this sense of self-loathing, almost this sense of believing the stereotypes. And I was leading a life just trying to never be called the N-word again. And I wrote this book because I finally healed myself from that. I stepped away from the stereotype and said, hey, doesn't matter what those people think. I have the right to be treated with dignity and kindness. I just want to work hard and have a decent life like anyone else does. And I'm tired of other people's racism dictating how I behave toward myself.
And that's a message you're taking to the Glenbard schools in the western suburbs tomorrow. What do you hope kids and parents take away if they listen to you?
I mean, Ben, these are hard times. Gilda, who runs the Glenbard series, invited me 10 months ago. She said, come out for Black History Month. I said, I would love to. I don't think any of us anticipated that the degree of hate that we see toward people of different groups would only be increasing, that the divisiveness would only be deepened. So I think my message is, look, we have to elect the right people and donate to the right causes and make sure that the right policies are in place. That's not my work. My work is, how can we behave better at the level of the individual so that everyone is treated with dignity and kindness? That's what I'm going to be emphasizing, which frankly, I think relates to race. It relates to the pandemic. It relates to how we treat one another as humans. We're in a moment where we all have to step up and be kinder to one another. That's what I'm about.
It's the time to do it. You know, at the beginning of the interview, you said you had to heal yourself. So I'm wondering, what was the thing that triggered you sort of making this change in your life?
I was working as a dean at Stanford. I was working with a professional coach who was helping me level up my game. And we were working on why I was often incredibly emotional, incredibly frustrated, or just big emotion in the workplace. And what I was able to unpack with her was, I, as a Black woman, light as I am, right, even though I am this light person, and I don't have the experience of darker skinned people, even so, I still felt tremendous pressure all the time at work to be the smartest, the best, the most competent person. I had learned through childhood, they're going to judge you on the basis of your race. So it made me this person who always felt the need to prove, and it was exhausting. And when I finally admitted it to my coach, it was like I turned around and faced the bully that was racism that had been chasing me for 35 years of my life. And I put my hands on my hips and said, no more. I'm not going to try to just be the person who won't meet with your disregard. So it was a really cathartic professional moment that has changed my life. I'm now this self-loving Black person. I hope we can all be self-loving in our identities, whatever identity we carry, and treat other people with the dignity and kindness they deserve, no matter how different they are from us.
Great message, great message. All right, a lot of people looking forward to hearing from you, and you can hear more from Julie Julie again tomorrow night. She's giving a free talk via Zoom at 7 p.m. It's open to the public. You can head to our website for the live link. Thank you so much, Julie.
Lourdes, Ben, thanks. And thanks to everyone in Chicagoland. Love you. Can't wait to be with you, air quotes, tomorrow night.
Thank you, Julie. Coming up next for us, the Bulls take on the best team in